Ugh.
You just wake up, Greg?
Nah, I haven't taken a nap today.
Well, I did.
Today.
Well, I did.
I had to turn my volume down too. I was watching the video on that new feature they came out with for everybody. It's kind of misleading because a guy kind of leads you to believe you can get monetized now. You can. It's still 1,000 subscribers. So, or from what I saw and what I read. So let's go ahead and get this started. Technical difficulties will go away and give way to the screen. Oh,
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios, it's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies, produced by LK Productions.
There, I think will be good.
I sent you an email, Ken.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you. I don't think I'm eligible though, because we moved here in March. We won't file Indiana taxes till next year. But I will call our tax consultant in the morning and ask him just to cover the bases, so to speak. Let's see, we have BH Ringer and Greg Guy. Not sure who made it first into the chat tonight. Oh, it looks like Greg barely beat BH Ringer out. Competition. Alex Cheek joins us tonight, or at least his cartoon figure does. Hi, cartoon Alex. Oh, there's Alex.
No, hi, Alex.
Hi, BH. Hi, Ken. Hi, Greg.
Technically, Greg's not there, but that's his chair, and he's showing us
No,
his
I
new.
have my Zoom audio and video set to when I enter a meeting to automatically mute. And that's mainly so if I'm interviewing with somebody or something, more professional over Zoom, they don't hear, random noises or
Sure.
see things. So
Yep.
I don't accidentally forget to mute the
Interview with somebody or something.
I
That's
don't
what
know
you
how
said?
mindset.
I said, so if I interview with somebody, they don't see things as being like I'm professional. Because even if I have the virtual background on, if I'm not there in front of it, it may cut out, so they can see an unmade bed or whatever. And I would really rather not have that.
Yeah, that's always probably a good thing. I mean, I start setting this thing up about a half hour before I'm going to go live, and tonight I didn't check my background. I didn't have a background when I first started, but that's due to the fact I upgraded Windows today, and it messed a lot of things up. But
Well, I had to put
stuff.
I had to put our silly alarm system back on reconnect it back to the Wi-Fi because it somehow got disconnected and the power somehow came out of the walls. I had to put that back in.
Did it get disconnected due to the power being unplugged or due to an upgrade?
I don't have no idea. It could be either one of the two.
Okay. Well, I
didn't
had
get
to
any
reset
update.
everything.
There's no telling.
Master pass word to RoboForm got lost when I did the update, so I had to do that. That's not a big deal. And then because of the update, every time I went to a website, I had to get the phone call telling you your 6-digit number is 1 1 1. Thank you for calling. I'm like, 1 That's 3 digits.
I didn't get any updates today.
That was from the other day. I just am kind of slow and behind.
Yeah,
There
Chris
was a
mentioned
There
that.
was a feature update for Windows 10 22H2, I believe. Just a
Yeah.
small, like a bug fix security kind of update.
Yeah, that was one. And then there was another one I got today as well. I didn't pay any attention to it. And I still haven't updated OBS yet. I'm still on the fence on that one. I do have to do some research. I want to go figure out how to bring fonts into DaVinci Resolve. I don't like the standard fonts, especially when I built the little thing I built today with the pumpkins. And if you've not seen that, I'll show it to you in a little bit. But I wanted to change the font on when I put Happy Halloween in there. And I literally went through A to Z, all the fonts, and nothing really was like popping out at me as being what I wanted. So kind of went with what I got.
So Max is on a bed snoring.
Yeah.
So this was fun. I had to do one of them. I applied for a remote job, and I had to do one of those one-way interviews. They make you record answers to questions using your webcam and the microphone. It's done through a browser, but there was no way to change your video. There was no way to change your camera. So when it first detected my camera, it only detected my capture card. So I had to disable my capture card in Device Manager, just so I could see my webcam. There was no option to change the camera in the settings in this website.
Today at Walmart, I've seen an Acer computer. It still had Windows 10. Whose computer was that, Ken?
Well, I'll come back to that. So I took this image, as you can see, it's real super small. That was my first image. And I took that image, which you can see is real super large. And then I took this image, which you can see is real square. And when it was all said and done, I actually came up with, and where'd that dumb thing go? Oh, right here.
Oh, God, you're sharing your screen again. Jesus, fraud.
Starting early today, Greg. Starting early today. I actually came up with this one right here. And when I asked Mrs. K about it, I told her, I said, there's 3 pictures in here. Can you determine which one are the 3, or, which one is which or whatever? And she says, no, not really. So the only one I couldn't get to blend in right is this. I blocked out the square, and I did a horrible job at the top, so I didn't get it rounded. But I love the way I blended this in to that main picture. You got the main picture here, and then the 2 other ones here and here blended in. And other than the moon, I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah,
So
just get rid of that one, Ken. The one you couldn't, the one that's square top.
do what,
Can you get rid
BH?
of that? The one that you got, you couldn't get the top right on. Just get rid of that altogether.
This one?
Yeah,
Oh, bring the moon back?
yeah.
I can do that. So this is a picture I got from somebody today. I won't mention his names, but his initials are Alexander Brian Cheek. But he wanted me to read this serial number right here, and I'm like, no, I can't read that number. I even downloaded it, and I blew it up, and I can't read that.
Scan the barcode with your phone.
That's for HP only.
I did not think about that, but I just wonder, this isn't the best. Let me take it back to normal size. I don't know if that would work or not.
I think HP scans that when it goes in for service.
You don't
If
think
it
you can,
does.
you don't think it's like a regular QR and you can scan it?
You can try it.
I'll give it a shot. Hang on, I'll grab out my phone. And
And here's a question for you, Ken.
too early for questions, but go ahead.
Have you consulted a professional about the quality of this image?
The quality of what?
Of this image.
A computer.
Oh, the computer? Heck no. I thought you
That's
were.
not
I thought you were
that's
referring
not
to
my
this one, and I'm. No, I have not. So I'm going to take BH's advice, and I'm going to take this pumpkin right here out of that. I'm not going to do that while streaming. Well, I'm going to do it while streaming, but I'm not going to do it while sharing my screen. So we'll go back to that. And we'll go back to that. Hi, Mike. Hi, Mimi. Hi,
Live
Jose.
from the Tony Wallow
I
Studios.
think that's everybody.
It's the
that's joined
Ken
us.
Stout Live Show,
Oh, shoot. I forgot to
featuring
turn
the
off
Zoom
introduction.
homies,
Oops.
produced by LK Production.
There we go.
Alex, whose computer is that?
It's a guy. This morning, I woke up. When I woke up this morning, I had two random pictures from a guy that posted in one of the groups. I posted my services in, and that guy, he only sent me two pictures. He seems legit. I looked up his Facebook profile. It's got where he went to college and where he lives and all that stuff on there, and it's somewhere around here, local that I can. But I haven't heard anything else from him. He
Hi,
only
Mimi.
didn't say anything else.
All right. So, hey, he still hasn't gotten back to you on that, has he?
No,
That's weird.
I only got that picture from him. That's the only thing I got.
That's
What?
weird.
He wants you to fix it.
Well, he doesn't know. The guy didn't tell him. He just sent him two
Well,
pictures.
it is quite old, but I don't, probably will run Windows 10, but
It's a 2012 model,
okay.
but yes, it'll run Windows 10 or Linux. But that's as far as it's gonna go. If Jim was here, he would say, don't even look at it. Don't even bother with it.
Oh, I may have to make another slight adjustment now then too. We'll do that after this stream. That was an easy thing to fix, actually. I did this for a specific reason.
I really haven't ever thought about this, but I wonder if in 10, I guess in 10, 15 years, when the kids get older and have their own computers, I guess I'll be their tech support.
They won't be using computers by then. They'll be all mobile devices.
Yeah, most kids don't even know how to work a computer.
No, but they sure know how to run an iPad and a tablet and a cell phone, don't they?
I know how.
Hi, Rick.
Hello.
Yes,
Oh, I
They-
forgot
they
to
do.
check something.
well, what I'm thinking is they don't know how to use. I've seen videos of kids that have to take that little kindergarten and first grade, second grade that have to take like those assessments at school on
Mhm.
computers, and they don't know how to use the mouse or use the keyboard because they've grown up with iPads and phones and stuff that's all touchscreen. I'm old enough to be the opposite. I grew up when there was no phones, or when I went to Disney World 20 years ago, we had one of those little Kodak throwaway film cameras and had to get the pictures developed. And that all we've got as far as pictures of that is one photo album with probably 20 or so pictures. Don't have thousands like people take today.
We had phones when I was a kid. You just had to crank them.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the old time.
Yeah.
Had to talk to an operator.
Oh, I had to stop and think about that a minute. But yes,
We have a party line.
Yeah.
Yeah, the party lines.
Two old ladies talking about their feet going to sleep.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about party line from my mom, but that's the one thing I've never had. I've never had the opportunity to use a party line. But I have used dial up plenty of times. And
Yeah,
there's plenty of kids these days that don't know how to use dial up or even what it is.
or let alone a rotary phone.
Yeah,
Now I do know what a rotary phone is and how to use one, but I've never used one.
and we had rotary phones when I was growing up. And
Yeah, so did
princess
I.
phones. Remember the princess phones?
I didn't get to use it, but do you remember the old phones that you'd pick the one part up, you'd put it to your ear, and you tap the little lever about 3 times, and then somebody would get on the line? Do you remember those?
Movies.
No.
Wow. My grandparents had one. That's the only reason I know about it.
I have one downstairs.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I worked for a telephone company when I first started in sort of electronic communications, I guess you could say.
And Alex, do you remember payphones?
Of course, I've seen payphones. I think there's still one down at the gas station, but it don't work.
And how do you know it doesn't work? Have you gone down there and tried
No,
it?
I've never actually put money into a
Well, then it
payphone.
might work.
Well, go ahead and try it. See what the internet speed is.
Yeah.
Last I checked, the phone doesn't get internet speed. It only gets a dial tone for calling.
The last time I used a payphone was when I was stationed in Germany. I called my parents when I arrived to
Nowadays, when I
station.
think of payphones, I think of those red booths. I think of those red telephone booths they got in the UK. That's all enclosed, and you go in and shut the door and make the call.
Yes, and that was what I was referring to about payphones, Alex.
Yeah, don't use them to change your clothes. People get kind of upset about that.
You can.
Um,
You used to be able to dial the number on those phones, but I think it's outgoing call only. I don't know.
I think I've seen a video about that where like it may have been in the UK where like you can dial a number on those. I don't know if it ever worked in the US or not, but
No
did in
clue.
other countries.
How many people watched
Oh, that's it. That's
Doug
the
this
reason.
afternoon?
Watched what?
Doug?
I did.
I
I was
was
a little
sleeping.
disappointed.
All
I
right.
didn't get up till 12:30.
I wished I was sleeping.
I wonder
I was a
how
little
my
disappointed.
camera.
He just complained about how he didn't like the thumbnail, and then wrote a bunch of comments back to the guy, and is gonna wait
Camera
his
got changed.
Looking good, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, we're not too worried about style points here. You're fine.
Not too worried about what?
Style points, you're like, let me fix my collar and doing all Rodney Dangerfield on us. No, I get no respect. No respect. I just wonder because I'm going to address it after the stream.
You what? You're gonna undress?
Do what?
You're gonna undress after the stream?
Yes.
All right. I'm looking forward to that.
No. No, I'm going to comment on the the Fiverr thing or whatever that was. Tony put a link into Zazzle. I gotta check that out.
Zazzle.
Yeah, that's where I got the cups made.
Oh,
Oh, oh, that's a good one, Tony. Wow. I wonder what the dimensions of that are. That is cool. Doesn't really say. Neat. Thanks, Tony. That is cool. Greg, I did get your link for importing fonts. I'll check it out later.
Okay.
There's a couple things I need to actually rewatch to relearn how to do. When you make an effect, I got to figure out how to put it into DaVinci so I don't have to keep going and remaking it. I solved the
Apparently-
problem. Yes, apparently. Somebody said apparently.
I was just gonna say, this issue I've been having with my audio over HDMI cutting in and out.
Hold
Is
on.
it-
Stop. Hold that thought right there. According to someone I know that lives in Sheridan, Arkansas, and I quote, Ken, I don't know why you have the problems you have. I never have any problems, but now you got an issue? I can't wait to hear this explanation. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Turn the recorder
Okay,
on.
this is
I'm all ears.
for the
I
last
got him so flustered he can't
days.
talk.
for the last few days, I've noticed that my audio, my audio on my computer is just, I'll be like listening to music or something, and it would just all of a sudden cut out, completely cut out, and like I didn't change anything on the computer, and then after a minute or two or three, it'll come back on, and so I look it up and see, I type in Intel Nuke audio over HDMI cutting out, but the crazy part is the solution that it has on the Intel website is they recommend updating your BIOS to 0042, which isn't. But the thing about it is that's an older version than the version I have. I have version 0069, which is the latest version of the BIOS for my computer, but it's still doing it, and that's the only resolution, the only way to solve it. And I checked Device Manager, and there's no updated drivers or whatever. And I looked at Intel's website, and there appears to be no audio driver for
Who makes the motherboard?
what I got. Just came through Windows Update.
I'm fixing to turn this off, and don't forget to set the heat on 70.
Yeah, Alex, do you know what motherboard is in there?
No, it's an Intel motherboard. No.
So, Alex, this is how I feel about what you just explained. Let me get completely out of the picture so you'll understand. Well, I can't get completely out of the picture. Boy, this camera's...
The Logitech cameras have 178 degree of viewing.
It's got a good... I mean, it really is good. I really wanted to find one of him with the megaphone, but I couldn't real quick, so I got what I got.
Oh,
Oh? The professor said, oh? Are you stumped?
there is a audio driver here. Wonder if I should.
Long Dog says, Alex, go to your device manager, uninstall your audio driver, then reinstall it.
Okay, but
But yes,
I'm not sure which one it is. I think I may have two because I've got an audio port on my computer, but right now I'm using the audio over HDMI.
we'll wait. Go ahead and fix it. We got till 6 in the morning. You want me to put you in the waiting room while you fix it? Oh, wait. If I do that, we won't be able to see you fix it.
So you streaming all night?
No. No. I was given strict orders to take a nap again, which doesn't really help anything. I think it actually makes it worse. She got off at 6:20 this morning. We walked in the door at 6:36. I was in bed by 6:36 and 30 seconds after the minute. She turns the TV on and starts watching Filipino TV. And I'm like, good God, you just worked 16 hours and you're going to watch television.
For 5 minutes, then she fell asleep.
No, she actually said she watched it till about 8 o'clock and finally went to bed. I got up at 9:45. Couldn't sleep. I really need to get busy doing some things that I've been asked to do. The good thing is Doug's in no hurry to get the stuff back, so that's good.
I got my oven fixed today.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Our neighbor got the fence partially tore down. He's going to repair the fence finally. And then he said he was going to cut the pine tree out that is in between our properties, but he's not going to do that now because it's $1,100 to cut it down.
Whoa.
That thing's tall. I told him all he really needs to do is get someone to trim it. He's got branches that are actually laying on his roof, and that can't be good. So I think that's why he wanted to cut it out.
But I got the Intel driver support thing on here, and this is all my drivers up today. I'm going to try to download the audio.
You saying, excuse me, you saying Jim made me remember. If he joins us, remind me. I want to show him the reliability test that I ran earlier today. I was impressed. I have not. There's no red issues on there whatsoever from the 17th on. Of course, it's only been 3 days, but still, compared to what I did have, pretty good. So that Zoom app for Stream Deck was clearly screwing something up. Alex, as you know, uninstalling any driver and then reinstalling, even if you're taking a guess, should not hurt anything. But usually there's an audio driver for the controls, all the ports. That's Greek to me, but okay. If Diddy's also says don't do the reinstallation while you're active with us. Oh, why not? What could possibly go wrong?
Oh,
I do Windows updates while I'm Zooming with you guys, and I never had a problem.
I'll be back in a minute.
You may put you in the waiting room?
Okay, we're gonna count.
Poor kid. That poor kid.
Goodbye.
So, Rick, I reached out to Darren. He sent me a message while I was napping. He said he got all 3. As soon as I get them, I'll forward them over to you.
Yeah, alrighty. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. Anything important happened between the hours of 3 and 7 o'clock this afternoon?
Well, it was kind of a bad day for us. We had 2 people die.
In the
Two
building?
separate apartments.
In your building?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
2 separate apartments, 2 separate floors. They on the one guy, and then they got another call saying that someone else also might be deceased or a welfare check or deceased or whatever, but they went and found him too.
Oh, wow. That ain't good. Just not to change the subject, but how's the weather today?
Yeah, cool and breezy.
The people that passed away, were they very old?
One was 42, and I don't know how old the other guy was.
Well, that's not
50s, I think.
That's not old at all.
I think about moving.
Yeah, really. Uh-oh.
We lost 2 today and then 1 the other day. Joyce on my floor, just 2 doors down on the other side of the hall. Well, that's 3 this week.
Hmm. That's not good.
No.
What they're sick.
Huh?
The day is October 20th, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll get caught up one of these days.
T-5, Ken?
I'm down to T-5, yes. No, T-4 now that this one's started. Yeah, I don't really have anything big planned. Not for in 4 days. I think I am going to do something for the end of the year, New Year's Eve. Maybe combine the two, New Year's and the fact that will be I mean, not, how do I want to word that? It'll be a year. First 1 January to 31 December is clearly a year. In 4 days, I will have been streaming here anyway, but just it's a little bit more recognizable when you do it calendar year to calendar year, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, really?
but I mean, I'm open to suggestions if you guys want to throw something at me that you'd like to see me do. Greg's going to say, yeah, don't stream. Look at him. He's doing everything can not to smile. He's like,
I said Da Vinci.
don't do Da Vinci or do Da Vinci. You know, Greg and I are going to have 2 accomplishments on the same day. The day I start playing Fortnite will be the day Greg starts doing editing in Da Vinci. We'll split the
That'll
screen.
never happen.
Well, I know that I'm never going to play Fortnite, so and it was offered to me again today for someone to teach me Fortnite, or should I say in this case Fortnite. And as I told him, it's never going to happen. I have no interest in that whatsoever. I do have something I will share later on after the stream, something that does involve DaVinci Resolve. I actually have a possible useful purpose for it. Possible.
Well, what is Fortnite?
Fortnite?
Yep.
That's when our good friend and buddy out of Pennsylvania, PALYS, Fortnite.
I thought it was like a fort, like a military base.
No, it's when he
Fortnite.
uses the talk to text, he says Fortnite, but that translates it to Fortnite.
I know, I'm being funny.
Mm-hmm.
Very important recommendation for machines using mechanical hard drives. Wait a minute here. I got to go back and read the one above that. Oh, excuse me.
So what was Alex going to do?
He's probably going to go restart his computer after he tries to figure out what's going on with that audio driver. More than likely. That's what I would venture to say he's doing. Okay, so I got to.
Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, I felt pretty good taking that nap today. I was ready for it.
Yeah, I got up way too early this morning.
I can get up till 12:15.
I set the alarm for 11:50. That gave me 10 minutes to schedule my stream so I wouldn't miss anybody from Doug's. Not that that's important, but just kind of a thing we got going. So when I got up at 9:45, I came in here and warmed up a cup of coffee, and I sat here and I better check my mail. And first email I have is, I don't see a stream scheduled from Doug. So I went ahead and knocked that out really quick. And I just sat here and stared at the 4 blank screens going, what am I not going to do today? That'll be Alex.
He's back.
Yeah, I figured he would be.
Yeah, I'm back.
Did you fix it?
It seems to be working, but only time will tell with this one because sometimes it drops out all of a sudden for like a minute or two, and sometimes I turn the computer on and it never does it all day. But all I did is go download the Realtek audio driver from Intel website, reboot a couple of times, and then everything seems to be working. So I didn't blow anything up.
You seriously had to reboot a couple of times?
Yes.
May I ask a silly question as to why?
Because I rebooted the first time after running the installation, and when I rebooted the first time, it immediately came back up. The installer immediately came back up and told me to reboot again.
Oh.
And the second time I did that, it didn't ask me to reboot again, so it had to reboot twice.
Okay. Just wondered. Just wondered.
It wanted me to do it because it knew that you was gonna ask me when I got back home.
Is that what it was? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I doubt it. All right, BH, I made that change. I took out that one above the moon. I saved it both as an MP4, and I'm doing the still grab right now to change it and make it a JPEG file. So that's done. Cool.
I have done a few BIOS. I have done a couple BIOS updates recently, but haven't. I've done at least a couple BIOS updates since I've had this computer, but I really haven't updated any of the drivers actually inside Windows.
Wait a minute. You're all the time giving me hell about my computer, and you haven't updated. You know, I can't handle that no more.
Yeah.
Chris, what are you showing us?
I gotta figure out how to fix this.
Seeing her watching her cat.
I don't want to mess with it too much because it might come loose where I can't fix it.
So what is that?
It is the phone.
You know, I guess I should just learn to keep my.
And he's still talking
mouth
after he.
I've never seen a mobile home where they didn't have phone jacks, but nowadays they don't have phone jacks.
There you go.
Come to think of it, I can't think it.
So I guess if they build a mobile home and put it in an area where like we are, where we have a or DSL that requires phone jacks, I guess the phone company has to come and put them in.
Yeah, I know. We think they didn't tell us when we bought it, but we think this mobile home was used and they sold it to us, not telling us it was used. We just see signs. We can tell, we can see signs that it was possibly
used.
Probably what you call it when they take it away?
Demo?
No,
Repo?
repo. And I figured the reason why I don't have phone jack is because it might have been custom made.
Yeah, Ken.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, Mimi wants to show you the dog that's sleeping. The picture you see is the dog is sleeping at the moment.
I see that. Looks very comfortable. Oh, dog woke up. Not my fault. I didn't wake the dog up. We'll blame it on Sean. It was probably him trying to stream, had some loud noise, only dogs.
Oh. Okay.
I didn't do that. That wasn't me.
Since we're keeping, since my mom and dad are picking up since my mom's picking up the kids after school, because my sister don't get off of work until like 9. My mom started bringing their dog over here.
Oh boy.
Until they leave and go home at night. And so we've got 3 dogs over here from about noon until probably 8 or 9 at night. It's fun.
Do they get
3
along?
dogs.
Do they get along pretty good though, Alex?
From what I can tell, earlier when my mom had went to pick up the kids, I went in because the dogs were being quiet. So I went in there, went in the living room, and one dog was in one chair, one dog was in another chair, and one dog was in the other chair. So there's 3 dogs, and they was each in 3 different chairs.
I've got a question. Have you tried
My
running over any of
sister's
the new
dog
dog's
is
toys yet?
My sister's dog is a girl though. So we got 2 boys and a girl.
Ask him again, Ken.
He probably heard me. He's just ignoring me.
Yeah, I think my mom likes my cup more than I do.
Would you like to tell him the little story of this afternoon?
She's coming in here taking pictures of it to show one of the people that my mom and dad gets paid through to that works at the company that my mom and dad gets paid through to work with me.
She was doing.
She was in here while we was on that. While we was on Messenger, taking taking it down, trying to take a picture of it, and she put it back up. She wanted it to face a certain way so that
Yeah, she was
So that-
posing the cup.
she could see me.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, better she takes a picture showing you than, let's see, you're over here on that side. So if she would have rotated it over here and gotten Jeff, Mike, Darren, Jose, Doug, Rick, Tony, and His Highness, people might not know who that is. So I can understand her wanting to show your picture. And then after all, your picture's in there, my picture's in there, Mimi's picture's in there, Chris, Robert. It's got all the good people right there. That was a good choice.
Mhm.
Wait a minute. Oh, there's and BH Ringer's on that side too. See, and I did not change that around. Not that good yet. Alex, I kind of like the background you have in your video, but it kind of makes me a little dizzy, or it's hypnotizing me. Long dog, you're getting sleepy.
Kind of sounds like something Joshy would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris, you still down trying to repair that?
No, I'm doing something else now.
I'm still wondering. I haven't thought about him much, but I am quite honestly wondering how he managed to get his internet back up and working, or is he just somehow performing magic and is able to stream with 25 and 5?
I
don't
think
know.
they must have hooked him back up to their Wi-Fi.
I have, or they hardwired it, one or the other.
That's what that guy was doing that night, I bet.
No, he was doing some kind of work trying to put something in the Fortnite so that it would automatically reply to people's chat messages or something, Nightbot or something like that.
Oh,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, Nightbot.
I want to try something with that Nightbot. I want to get on there and say something like "Shut up, Nightbot" and tag it and see what it does.
It'll probably kick you out. Let me know when you want to do that. I want to watch it, see what happens. Kind of be interested in the results of that myself. I didn't know that.
Well, the audio hasn't cut out yet.
Did you do that new Windows 10 update?
I did actually.
I mean, I
update.
asked him Alex.
I did, but Chris, here's the caveat to that. It was doing this same behavior before I did the Windows 22H2 update.
Okay.
So it's nothing to do with that 22H2 update.
It could have been some other updates.
It's
Oh, you were-
probably like I said, because I have done at least a couple BIOS updates on this computer since I've installed the system, and therefore haven't updated any of the drivers, because other than when it pops up down at the bottom and the Intel driver update assistant says that there's like a update available. If it pops up in orange down at the bottom, I'll run it. But
I think I'm starting to look more like my dad.
Is that a good thing?
Oh, yeah.
Just starting to look old.
So my great niece thinks that I am her dad's father. Thinks I'm grandpa. We meaning it's his father. I don't know. My mother said something about that. I don't know all the details on that. I don't know why she would think that.
Alex, a question for you in chat is, do you remember what the term cold boot is?
Yes. A cold boot is when you when you go into the power settings and turn off the fast startup, disable the fast startup. And then when you completely shut down the computer, unplug it from the wall for a few seconds, plug it back in, and turn it back on.
Hi, Jim.
Hi,
That
Jim.
is considered a
Evening, Jim.
Long Dog says nope. I don't know if he's referring to my comment or your explanation.
You could shut it down and unplug it
That's
and leave
what
it
I said.
unplugged and then turn it back on. That
I
let it
have
get
no
cold
idea.
and
I
get
thought a
real
cold boot was when you wake up in the morning, you left your boots outside, and when you put your boots on, the boot's cold. That's what I thought it
That's
was.
what they always used to say, and that's what they always used to say with those crappy old pieces of crap computers they had at high school. In middle school, they always used to say that those computers, never worked good in the morning because they hadn't gotten warmed up yet.
So I was reading, I told y'all about, I mentioned that.
But that was before the SSD days and all that. And these
I
were
mentioned that computer at Walmart that had Windows 10. I got the details on it and I just looked it up just to see what the reviews were on it. And there were people saying Windows was not activated. It's an OEM machine. I don't see how it can't be. But they said that they went through the setup, first time setting it up, and it was asking for a product key. I guess they didn't know you're supposed to click, I don't have a product key. And then they said they had to call Microsoft, and Microsoft was telling them they had to buy. I don't know why they would have to buy a key. I don't know if people just putting that there or I don't know.
I will do that. I will do that occasionally, if I'm somewhere and don't have anything to do and I'm right there next to a computer, I will, if it's not locked down, I will go in and see with the specifications of whatever, just because.
Are they supposed to be activated when you get them, or is it automatically activate when you go online?
If it's Windows 10, or if it's Windows 10, I would think it automatically activates when you go online.
So they don't know to do that then. They don't know to go online and activate it.
Just like when you
They have to go to Windows Update.
when you have when you buy Microsoft Office 365, the rule with that is you have to go online every 30 days, at least one time every 30 days, for it to check in and make sure that the license is still activated. If you got the subscription version.
I've heard of other Acers too, though, older ones. I read reviews on and they say they not activated. I don't know what it is about Acers where so many people say that.
Uh-oh. I got a red mark now. Earlier today, I did not have a red mark.
Jim, is your dog better?
She's feeling a lot better now, yeah.
Okay, I'm glad.
Did you get some rest?
Yeah. Hell, I forget. I must have gone to bed around 11 o'clock last night, maybe something like that. Wasn't too long after I dropped my note into the chat last night. Got up around 8 o'clock this morning. Gave her some more food and some more medication. And I was probably up for, I don't know, maybe about an hour or so. And I still felt like crap. So I went back to bed and didn't get up till noon. So.
Well, I was just bragging a while ago how I had not had any issues for the last 3 days until today. At 3:15, I had a hardware error. And that was right after I upgraded to Windows. Can I tell what this is by clicking on it?
Maybe.
Nope.
Live kernel event.
What is this reliability monitor?
Yeah, see, unfortunately, this stuff is not useful unless you happen to be probably a programmer.
Well, I was
That's-
so happy because when Alex and I were talking, I was like, look, 0, 0, and at the time,
When I took,
0.
when I took Microsoft, my 2 Microsoft classes in college, Microsoft Client OS and Microsoft Server, a big portion of the class was talking about all this stuff like event viewer, reliability monitor, performance monitor, all that sort of stuff, all the Windows built-in tools for troubleshooting.
Oh, I didn't know they had this.
Kind of odd that at 3:15 there was a hardware critical event error, but at 3:16, successful Windows update.
Well, see, like I said, unfortunately, I refer to it basically as gobbledygook because it makes no sense to the average person. Oh, okay, yes, you have a hardware error. You have all this stuff that indicates something.
Right.
What that thing is not translated into actual usable freaking English.
And in some cases, that's probably really good.
Mm.
You would have people, I'm not going to mention anyone's name, that would get out a screwdriver and try to fix it. But there are people that would do that. Not mentioning no names.
Me?
No, me. Didn't you not see me pointing to myself?
I didn't see you. I didn't see you pointing to yourself either, but I took a pretty good guess at what was going on. So,
Every time a new operating system for whatever comes out, all these companies try to make stuff easier to use, but they're actually making it harder, especially for those of us that have to work on it.
Yeah, on the back of your computer, the power supply fan, stick a flat head screwdriver into the holes.
yeah, that's a sure way to take a few blades off the fan.
Sort of like putting the baseball cards in your spokes on your bicycle tire.
Well, except for the fact that the cards are flexible enough that they just bend.
Sure. And they make a nice little cute noise.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Once you break a fan blade off of one of those fans, it's going to make one hell of a noise.
So that reminds me, when I was young, my dad run a furniture store, and I was over at a neighbor's house, and I guess some of his delivery boys delivered some furniture. I had my bicycle with a flat tire, and I had rode on it with a flat tire so much the tube bowed up in it. And I thought it was cool riding around, just bouncing around, because it was kind of bouncing. Those men went back and told my dad. And when he got home, he said, "Why were you riding your bicycle around with a flat tire?" They were laughing though. I guess my dad laughed at work, but then he wasn't laughing when he got home.
Probably thinking to himself, that boy ain't right.
Okay, I've stopped laughing now. Go ahead and hit the end stream. We're coming up on an hour. Let that get going. I'll give some shout outs to Tony Wallow was first. Greg Guy was barely second 6 minutes later. B.H. Ringer was a close third. Photo Mix Media, yes, you did come in fourth. Rick Lakes was there. Tony Wallow again. Mike Paradon was, I don't know, 6th or 7th. I believe 6th overall. Long Dog and his novel. And then I didn't see Kenny Witten tonight. I didn't see Wintermute tonight. And didn't see a couple of other people whose names are escaping me right now. So, Jim, you missed Doug's thing today?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
You didn't miss much.
What was it? I think I saw it was what that fiber thing again.
Yes, he was doing a follow-up on it.
Oh, okay, whatever.
And there we have the good
I
night
think my
and thank
response
you.
was whatever as well when I saw the video.